every day for your viewing and listening pleasure. We try to do this at exactly 8 o'clock. Some days, most days we're perfect with it. Some days we're not. But if you're here or you're here later, I'm grateful to you. So let's talk about what was on my mind this morning. And what was on my mind this morning is that I woke up this day and I started thinking about Monday. And I realized Monday I'm going to be having surgery on my hip for the second time. And I said, wait a second, why am I thinking about Monday? If I think about Monday, I'm going to bring all that energy into today. Well, the heck with that. I'll just start living today. So my thought for today is that every day is a new beginning. Every day gives us the opportunity to create a perfect day, a perfect life. And if we bring the past in or we're looking to the future, we're cheating ourselves out of the possibility of one of the greatest life adventures we could possibly have. And that is the adventure that we create for ourselves. And you see, we forget that. We truly forget that. We think that life is creating for us and we're experiencing life, and that's just not the case. We're creating life and experiencing it. And we create life with our thoughts. That's i.e. why we have the thing, thoughts that can change your life, because everything begins with a new thought. Everything begins with a new thought. Nothing starts, and a new thought could be you dragging your old thoughts into this day. And so the old gets repeated because you keep bringing the past in, or the fear of the future keeps getting feared and created because you keep bringing those thoughts in. The question you want to ask is a great question to ask is, what thoughts will I feed my mind today? Not only that, if you truly knew that your thoughts created, would you think the thoughts you're thinking? Let me see. Annette says this, why do things happen? Is it collective and individual subconscious thoughts, or was it planned before our soul came to this human experience, or both? Well, here's my belief on that, and it's just my belief on that, Annette. I don't think anything is planned. My God, then that means there's no freedom. It's either planned or it's not planned. And here's the thing, the infinite doesn't care because the infinite is experiencing everything all at the same time. And is it really even experiencing anything? The infinite can't experience anything, can it? Because it's got nothing to compare against to. But the individualizations that it created of itself, you, I, and everything else it created, that's where experience happens. Now, being that the infinite doesn't care, and the infinite is all powerful, we have that same power to create our experience. So I'm not one of these people that buy into the fact that I've come from a past life and I've chosen to have these parents. I've chosen to have these experiences. I think what's happened is that whoever's in my life at any one time happens to be the vibration that my consciousness is functioning at that time. And then here's the key thing. Once I'm in human form and I have this mind that's part of the one mind, this mind can create wherever I focus it. Unfortunately for us, we are hypnotized, we are domesticated by our parents, by society, by television, by what we read, by the churches, by the businesses, by the politics, to believe certain things, and we adopt those beliefs, not understanding that the beliefs that we adopt create our experience. So once we awaken to the idea that we have the ability to create our experience, that it is how we think and we can choose our thoughts, then we start the recreating of who we are, the recreating of our life. I think last Sunday's talk, if you haven't seen it, go to my YouTube channel, Lee Wallach. It's Who Do You Think You Are? And I talked about, I think it was The Power of Uniqueness is the name of the talk title. Who do you want to be? That's your decision. You see, and who you choose to be will be the experience you have. If you don't consciously choose to be a specific way, then the law of averages, societies will influence you, and you will have you'll look at it as planned, but it's not planned. It's just that you're buying into all the nonsense that's going around there. This Sunday, I've got the second great question. So last Sunday was, who do you want to be? I'm going to leave it open for you because this Sunday I got the second question you got to answer. That's what I'll explore tomorrow at 10:30. Nothing better than a little bit of warm Java. That was nothing better than a little warm Java in the morning. I love my morning coffee. I consciously choose to have that one cup. And you know what's interesting about that one cup? I never finish it because it gets cool. And I heat it up, have a couple sips, get it cool. Why? Because in between drinking the coffee, I'm doing things I love. And when I do things I love, I forget to drink the coffee. You see, this is when you know you're in the moment in life. When you're doing stuff and you lose track of time and it's not painful, it's joyful for you. It is not hazelnut, Beth. It is Folgers in the K-Cups. It's the medium blend, but I put in hazelnut coffee creamer. I don't know what it was, but when I went to Italy in August of 19, they had Folgers there, and it really was good. I haven't found the specific brand that they had in Italy that here in the United States. And here's a question for you out there. What's the difference in taste between a light blend, a medium blend, or a dark blend? I don't know. What's the difference? Can you tell me? And I don't want to know colors or processing or anything like that. What's the difference in taste? Or do I have to figure that out for myself? Probably have to figure it out for myself. Hey, if you're out there, check in. Say hello to me. Tell me where you're from. That, by you doing that, it helps me connect with you, understand where you are. It also gives Facebook and YouTube, where we're podcasting right now, it gives them more data, and then they'll spread this message over. So don't be shy out there. Let me know you're out there. I won't pick on you too much. And if you have questions, I'm here to answer, not give you your answer, but to give you the answer that I've got so you've got something to consider. Because here's what I know is I don't know what's right for you. No one knows what's right for you, but you do. And if you get enough questions from people and you start asking the right questions, guess what? You'll come up with the right answers. There's my girl Kathy in Dallas today. Ooh, might I see your precious smile tomorrow? Ooh, and Dave from Alberta, Canada. I love that. My wife was born in Fort Churchill, Canada. And they got pictures. Her mother used to put pies on the ledge in the winter to cool. And one day, all of a sudden, there was a polar bear that got up there and got one of the pies. Can you even imagine having the ledge open like this much? And putting an apple pie out there, and all of a sudden, what happens? A polar bear? Polar bear. Not a little bear, a polar bear grabs the pie. Oh, I think that's cool. And then I've got a friend, Darren. He's in British Columbia, but his family's in Alberta. Newark, New Jersey, Raven. Glad you're with us this morning. I've been to New Jersey. I liked the area of Basking Ridge. It seemed like it was just so wooded and so peaceful. People think that New Jersey is like Newark. It's nothing like Newark. Newark is Newark. Newark's not even really Jersey. Although that could be Jersey and everything else is not Jersey. Kathy says to me, hey, Deborah, good to see you out there. I haven't seen your beautiful smile in a while. Kathy says she likes medium roast. And that's what I'm drinking right now is medium roast. I figured the dark would be more bitter. I'm not into bitter. Don't even waste your time if you're with me buying me a Starbucks. I will not drink it. I don't know what it is about Starbucks, but to me it tastes like it's too poisonous. It's too bitter. How do you develop a taste for bitter? You know how you develop a taste for bitter? Because they've got a lot of caffeine in there. And when you get that caffeine, what's that caffeine do to you, gang? It addicts you. You know how I know? I once had that caffeine addiction. When I was in the corporate world, I drank 7-8 cups a day. 7-8 cups. Now I drink maybe 3/4 of a cup. Cut way back. What else did I want to say? So let me ask this question. What are you going to create today? What are you going to do differently and create today? That's a great question to ask yourself. Stars sludge. What is that, Raven? What do you mean by star sludge? I don't get that. Blonde lattes at Starbucks. Lisa, stop talking about the women that buy coffee there. Cranks you up. Yikes. Can you imagine, Deborah, me getting cranked up on 6 cups of coffee? I'm cranked up and I haven't even had a half an inch of coffee yet. See, we don't realize. Do you know where the greatest... Oh, I see what you're saying, Raven. I get you now. Stars sludge, meaning Starbucks. I'm sorry, I'm not that quick on that, Raven. I forgot where I was going with that. Oh, well. Today, here's what I got going today. I'm going to go see my chiropractor today. Why? Because I want to get adjusted. I need to be adjusted so that when I go in for surgery on Monday, I'm having surgery on Monday. I'm having my hip done again. Because my leg, after the first shorter, is 3/4 of an inch shorter, and I refuse to live in a body that doesn't function perfectly. Here's what I want to say to you folks out there. Never, ever, ever settle in life. If you're making decisions today and you're settling, Hussein says, hey, Rev, sorry to go off topic, but what's your view of the law of attraction? That's a good question. And funny thing is, yesterday I recorded a podcast with my partner, Reverend Larry DeRusha, and we have another podcast channel. That podcast channel is called Beyond Limits. So if you get podcasts, find Beyond Limits, Reverend Larry DeRusha and Reverend Lee Wallach. And we did it on the law of attraction yesterday. But here's the thing. People really don't get the law of attraction. They think, well, think it, and it comes to you. No. It's not just think it and it comes to you. You've got to think it. You've got to speak it. You've got to act it. You've got to feel it. Get that. You've got to really feel it. And you've got to do it persistently and consistently so that the vibration that you are becomes that man or woman who's desiring a specific thing to be attracted. And when you become it, it naturally shows up. Kathy goes on and says, why should we not settle? Well, you can choose to settle, but if you have the infinite ability to create whatever you want, and that power is in you, why wouldn't you use that power? Why would you settle? Yeah, I get it, Deborah. You have to walk the talk. And you got to walk the talk all the time because the universe doesn't hear just a couple seconds of what you're walking the talk on. It hears who you are. So if you ever want to know who you are, look in the mirror because your life is reflecting it. That's one of the things I really understand is that whenever I want to know who Lee Wallach is, I just say, what is my life experiencing right now? And so as I'm going through preparation for the surgery, all the prelim, and all the stuff like that, I'm making sure that I'm the nicest, kindest, present person. So as I deal with every nurse, every hospital administrator type, all of these people, doctors and stuff, I'm putting out an energy that will attract to me the actual surgery that I'm anticipating, that I've created a mental image of. I didn't create the complete mental image of last surgery. I just said, surgery is going to be done. They're going to put in a new hip. And it's going to be easy, painless. I'm going to recover quickly. I forgot to say, hey, make my legs the same length. Okay, I love that. Deborah says, I'm creating that fabulous relationship with moi. Of course, that's the best relationship you can do. In fact, it's the only relationship that's meaningful because the relationship you have with you is the one that will attract people into your life. The degree to which you love and accept yourself will be the degree to which you can love and accept others. There's no better way to stop this than that. So be the love today with yourself. Accept yourself. And when you accept yourself, you're going to act in the world like you are cool. It's not to be cool, not to show off, You're cool because you're being you. And there's nothing better in the world than being you. So if no one tells you this today, I'm going to tell you right now. I accept you and I love you just the way you are. Until tomorrow, create that great day, everybody. Aloha.